I was saying what's up. We're doing car stuff right now.
So, buddy.
What's going on, guys? How is everyone?
Good, man. Good. Are you driving right now?
Why do our phones get... Well, I'm not. Lauren's driving. The kids are doing iPads and coloring.
Who is that?
That's Dom. Dom's in California.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
You want to see Dom?
Hello.
Nice. We are headed up to Maine. Lauren has planned a wonderful trip to Acadia National Park. So that's where we're headed to.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Very nice.
So we got coffee. We're making it work.
My hand is dirty.
Yeah, it's dirty. Nice. Okay. Anyway, man. So what's going on? How was gratitude? We'll see if I need you to take it on from here, but I think okay is good. How about gratitude this morning? Let's start early on it.
For me, quick visit home with the kids last night. Hung out for an hour or two before bedtime. Put them all to bed. I didn't get good sleep last night, man. I was awake for like an hour or two. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't get my mind just to stop racing. Yeah. Gonna work on settling that mind today. So, how about you, man?
Well, I slept really good. I think it's mainly because we're on Team Gray, not Team Green, and I think that's mainly why life is looking good right now. So, sorry, man. Sorry, you got on the wrong team.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I got picked for the wrong team.
Is it loud in the background here?
No, I can barely hear you, but I might have my volume turned down. So.
Oh no, it's not good. Well, if it becomes a challenge, let me know what's up.
Yeah, little bit of wind, like car noise, but not a big deal. I think it's less background noise than when you have a yoga studio behind you. So.
Oh, maybe that's what's going on. I really have a hard time with the studio sometimes. I just can't seem to stay in one spot. It's like at a good volume. So,
Yeah.
Nath, Team Green will not win, Nath, but I see you there. But we'll bring. Oh wait, can I do that? I can do that on my phone. I'm trying to figure out exactly how all these features work as we're doing it. But yeah, gratitude for me. Gratitude, I think, is just the Lauren does a great job of planning all things travel sometimes, and I don't do as well sometimes with the transition of getting out and packing. So her patience with me is very helpful sometimes. So that's what I'll say. It's good. Do you have any gratitude? What's your gratitude?
I'm grateful for being a woman after the debate. I feel like
all right, Lauren's getting political,
well,
so
we're not. Just the temperament of women versus some men. I feel like.
Okay, I'll give you the voice.
No, it's okay. I don't want to be.
All right. She's grateful for
temperament of women.
The temperament of women is what she has mentioned. I think coming off of the debate last night, which I thought was interesting. While I was packing last night, I was listening to the debate. But good. That's where we're at.
Yeah. I mean, the temperament and the strength and the strategic planning of women is probably the only reason why families survive. I know it's the only reason why my family survives. So I get on board with that.
All right. Lauren loves you right now more than loves me. So. That was good. Yeah, it was. I agree with it all. And if you want to be in the challenge, Anne, you can definitely come in. Craig down in Australia says hi, Lauren. We got other gratitude over here. Lauren wanted to let the Australians know. She said cheerio. Then she just realized that's not it. So she'll say good day. If that's even said. But we got gratitude in the chat right now with Robbie. Robbie, grateful for time with my bride this morning. Oh, that's so awesome. You guys definitely get out, I think, pretty great. Oh my gosh, Robbie, your puppy is so cute, by the way.
Just a moment. Hold
on. Robbie down in Texas has a puppy. We got Nath over here. Nath is grateful for gratitude, persistence, and accountability and curiosity. You know what? Curiosity's been popping up so much more for me lately. Dee, you wanna voice your issue? What's the problem? No? Okay. Curiosity though, which is all kind of about today. So I think that's a pretty good thing. I like that. We got gratitude. Jason's over here right now for a solid shoulder day. Oh man, I'm so glad you got back in the gym. I know that you missed it yesterday, so I think that's got to be feeling pretty good, man. That's good. And yeah, Robbie, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get myself to 13,000 steps today. Somehow, I will somehow make it happen. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. I think I'm at like 200 right now, considering the car. So
6 hours.
We'll see. And then we got David over here. David, gratitude is powerful women and girl dad talking. Yeah, for sure. All good stuff. Wait, Anne's taking shots? What's Anne saying?
She says, "Go Team Gray."
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Anne and I are good friends. I like Anne a lot, but like she's just always on the wrong side of choosing teams, either Team Gray or Team Patient Panda. Just I don't know. I don't know what it is. She makes bad choices sometimes.
Oh man, that's a shot at Anne for sure, huh? I feel like I really wanted to do East Coast West Coast steps and see what the difference was going to be. But I think the teams is a really cool idea too. So I like it.
Yeah.
But if anyone, I think we're even right now at least. At least that's good. So yeah, I feel like my
I'm excited.
Part of me.
I'm excited. Part of me was thinking about doing this call while walking on the beach, but I wouldn't be able to hold my arm up for that long. So I just I sat in the car, and I will hit the beach right after this, and I will catch you, even though you're 3 hours ahead of me.
We're learning indoor voices these days. You got a shovel? Yeah, I'll get you. I've been doing some walks in the morning. And I've been holding the phone off as I go, and it's been it's been really interesting. Didi, you can show us it. What do you want to show?
What is that?
That was
Little
great.
shovel?
She shoveled her drawing pad over to her sister, who didn't react. And that's great. So
How did the girls like the V Friends playmats? Did they get on those last night?
the V Friends, the playmats? Or are you talking about?
Yeah. Did they do any of the little games on it? There was like a maze and a word search and stuff like that.
No, we got back. It was busy yesterday, so we didn't really even get to talk about it. So we'll have to introduce it all when we get back. But who asked? Oh, I think it was you. You asked, right? You asked if I would use that service.
Yeah.
Now. So yeah. I thought it was interesting. I've actually I've seen Wonder before, and I didn't really know what it was, but I think it's actually pretty amazing. And when I went in yesterday, I walked in. And what it is like you walk up to a few screens. You can order whatever you want, right? And so basically it's just this one facility, this one kitchen that you can order from like 7 or 8 different menus. So you're basically ordering from restaurants, but they're just menus basically, right? But I think what's really great is that you're able to, like, if somebody wants like Thai food and someone else wants a burger and someone else wants pizza, you can get all 3 of those done. So like if you can't decide on one restaurant, I thought it was a really great idea. I really do see, like, if you look on the website, it says that it's like the future of delivery or takeout or food, whatever it is. I really believe that, though. It really makes sense. Like, if that model really works, I'm all about it. So, and that was really
so
cool.
It's actually a physical location that has multiple like restaurants in it or kitchens.
Yeah, I think it's like, well, I didn't see behind. So like when I walked in, it's like there's kind of a sitting area. It's like a waiting area, but then you can walk further in where like there's a counter, and there's someone there that's kind of she's managing, I think, all the orders, but she's managing orders back into the kitchen, which I think like it's just one large kitchen, and I'm sure there's different areas of the kitchen that make specific things. But it's like, if you look on the website, it basically is like, oh, you can order from any of these restaurants and we'll have all your food together at one time. But basically what they're doing is that they're making all that food in one big kitchen, but just like playing it off like it's different restaurants. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I thought it was more of like a DoorDash competitor, and I was going to ask you guys if you even use services like that.
Yeah, no, it's I would see. I don't really do a lot of takeout, and I mentioned in my response to you that I don't really do a lot of takeout except for like pizza. So this I would do, though, especially if like we don't know what we want. But there were only like 4 or 5 options for kids. There's like a grilled cheeseburger, hamburger, chicken tenders, and then maybe I think it was like a mac and cheese or something. So it's like there's not a ton of options, but I think for kids, if you just need something like quick and easy, the chicken tenders were actually really awesome. Those actually felt like they were like elevated, really delicious chicken tenders. The burger just felt like kind of a dry burger. But other than that, yeah, I would definitely use the service because I thought it was really cool.
How did your wife and kids react to knowing that you just basically munched down kids' meals all day yesterday?
I had 2 kids' meals yesterday. So. Yeah, please don't hit her with it. All right, we're 15 minutes in. I feel like we're gonna over here. You wanna lead us off with this?
This is the reading for September 11th. This is how you make them smart. There's a quote by Albert Einstein, which is pretty interesting. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. So yeah, it was a good read. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the reminder to, keep your kids curious. Do what you can to, always lead them into curiosity. I like that. I like the idea, especially me being away, of like, bringing stuff to them, or it would even be funny to mail them stuff. But stuff to, get them questioning, what is this? I do tend to like try to send them pictures, especially, the older kids, as I go on walks and see cool things. I know that like I think we all kind of have like a little bit of an issue with like technology and stuff like that, but I do appreciate the level of it. Sometimes when they're using technology and they're scrolling through videos, um, they come across stuff that makes them curious on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. So we have like a family DM chat in either Instagram or just in text message, and the girls will forward us stuff, and that's what's come of like us making like interesting things. Like one time Brooklyn saw Sour Patch frozen grapes on Instagram, forwarded me the video. We went to the store and got the ingredients, made them, tried them, all that stuff. So it was I like this book, or I like this reading. It was a good one today. How did everyone in the chat feel about the reading today? How are we making our kids more curious? How are we leaning into this, folks? I'm curious what Ryan's kids are curious about for this weekend in Maine. So yeah, that was my takeaway. I know I can do more, as always. So I'm working on doing more. I feel like I was decently curious when I grew up, but I don't know I don't know if and how my parents or anyone stoked the curiosity. So I think that was just natural born curiosity. Yeah, there he is. It's so quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Talking into the ether is a little strange.
It can, you know what? It does feel strange. I think the more you do it, though, you get used to it. So, but curiosity is. I know it's been popping up a lot lately. You were saying that you were a curious kid. Is that what I heard you say?
I felt like I was curious, but I can't in my memory like imagine like where I got that from, other than just like natural born curiosity of like I think I was raised where like my mom was a full-time worker, so like after school like I just roamed, and so I think that's part of my curiosity is just roaming around with other kids and getting into trouble, having fun, hanging out. So I was trying to relate it back to my childhood, but my memory is very spotty when it comes to my childhood. So,
well, it's good. I mean, this is sometimes where the conversations I think can kind of go, where I know that we can reflect so quickly back on our own lives really quickly, and then not so much on the kids as much. But tying it back is always good, and I think that you're usually very good at that. With, I think, curiosity in general, I feel like I was a curious kid, but I didn't know how to ask the questions to actually dive deeper into the curiosity. Does that make sense? So yep. I know for me, when I'm thinking about my kids, and maybe I'm like hyper aware of it, and maybe it could be incorrect. I don't know, but I know that with my oldest, sometimes I'm always trying to kind of gauge where her mind is going sometimes. But I think we have to create that space for her to be curious or bored, right? We had that. So remember we were talking this morning about trying to get. I can't help you with that just yet. Okay. Yeah, definitely after. But I think we have to create that boredom for them to be curious about something like in their environment around them. I get nervous with the iPads and stuff like that. That it kind of removes that curiosity, and then their brain isn't really developing to think things through or understand what they know or what they don't know. And then I think it's only perpetuating this challenge of not learning or teaching kids how to actually use words or ask questions about how to dive deeper into a subject, whether it's research or just, getting creative, all that. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh wait, hold on. I was going to ask because today's reading is all about helping them develop and becoming smarter. But do you feel that being curious and roaming with your friends versus like getting curious in a book or something, like if we use smarter in a certain way, like do you think that made you smarter as a kid? Being curious and roaming around like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like the book smarts versus street smarts like kind of adage where like I'm very like hyper aware of my surroundings. Like I'm not one of those people that trips and falls very often or stubs toes or anything like that. So like I'm a very agile person. Like I don't know. I just I directionally like I don't know if you've ever met people who like anywhere they are, they can tell where north, south, east, west is. Like I'm kind of one of those people. Like I don't have, many fears of like heights or, bees or animals. Like, cause I was just, I was more of like an explorer type than a book type. So like, I wouldn't say that I'm like intelligent and like very eloquent and like, maybe becoming more so now that I'm reading more, but so I didn't grow up that way. I grew up a little bit more, like I said, street smart, book smart.
Yeah, I hear you. And with your, I mean, you had shared, at least within our text group, reading. Do you feel reading a lot more because of
You went
kind
a
of
little,
where
you
you
went
were
a
as a
little
kid,
robot.
and like that not
You
happening?
went a little robot on that question. Try again.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm on LTE. I was asking about if you're trying to get your kids more book smart right now, because I see you as book smart. I see you as someone who's very stoic and knowing themselves very well. I wanted to get over to what Nathan was saying over there.
And I'm trying to read it
What's
too.
up,
So, Nathan, I love you, but sometimes it's hard for me to read the paragraphs while listening to the boys on screen. I would love to touch on this from the aspect of dual parenting as opposed to single parenting. As the eldest of 4 with a single mother, I know my curiosity was high as a kid. It was a learned behavior, having to explore, learn, fix, build, and all the expected things to be done from the man of the house. Yeah, I agree with that. Like I had that a little bit too because I was the same thing. I was the eldest of a single mother, so I felt like I had to do some of that stuff too. It's different mindset of curiosity as opposed to imaginary curiosity.
I feel like going with what Nate said. I feel like with that. I feel like with that type of thought, there's definitely a lot that someone could take what Nate was saying. And Nate, tell me if I'm off on this. In terms of being curious, because you kind of had to be curious. You were forced to be curious, right? Because it was kind of a survival mechanism. I think a lot of people would look at kind of the situation. If no one's listened to Nate's story, he really laid it out really well during one of the VDATs podcasts. Nate, when was that? Maybe like 4 or 5 months ago? No, maybe 3 months ago. You guys can go check it out. But I think people would look at like that kind of story, like Nate, you could look at that and be like, oh my gosh, I had so much of a hardship and it was such an issue for me to look back on it and, trauma. But I guess we can also look at it, and Nate, I see you as such a resilient person and such a great dad. You going through that and having to, you can kind of define as being curious. It's just kind of made you who you are, right? So it's like these moments of, trauma or challenges, difficulty, all that kind of stuff can force us into curiosity, especially if boredom isn't available, right? Because Nate, at that moment, like boredom's not really like front and center, right? With everything going on with your family, you didn't have a chance to be bored. You had, you were kind of forced into making things happen. But I don't know if I'm on point with that. So if I'm not, I apologize. But I did appreciate you sharing it.
Yeah, and then Dylan, I love that you're parents as teachers group, parents and teacher group maybe, did a big truck day last night in my area. So this 3-year-old got to play on fire truck, trash trucks, semi trucks. That's awesome. I still haven't done anything like that with my son, and I really need to. We have like my sister-in-law goes to like a truck fair or something with her son, and I keep meaning to go and find it, but I keep forgetting. So maybe that'll be my push to search for that thing, because I think he would have fun just climbing around on trucks.
That makes me think of, and I brought this up with Lauren before. Well, maybe it's, I guess we've talked about it. It's like the dangerous play thing, how dangerous play has been removed from a lot of kids' lives. And needing to be curious, I think, in that moment about like safety and making decisions and, consequences if they jump onto a rusty piece of metal, right? That is going to be on a truck, which I'm assuming this big truck day probably didn't have all that much danger, but
yeah,
I like the idea of curiosity. Curiosity is definitely, it gives me a sense of, makes me feel good to kind of think about getting my kids more curious, forcing them, maybe because I'm that way, but.
So where are we at in the drive? How much longer do you guys have?
First of all, I just wanted to get to we have just under 6 hours right now.
Ooh, all right.
I have like 2 client calls I'm trying to like fit into the day right now. I'm gonna have to drive at some point. I'm gonna run alongside the car as we drive at some point to get some steps in. So if I don't survive, just know I love you all.
If you guys have if you have a planned stop for lunch, just have Lauren drop you off like 2 miles out, and then you walk the rest of it to meet them at the planned lunch stop.
I know that you're saying that as a joke, but I feel like I could see myself actually asking that at some point.
I feel like your girls could use a break too, just like kick you out of the car for an hour.
I'm sorry, wait, what'd you say?
Me?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I was following up on the joke. I was saying I feel like your girls could use a break from you maybe, so, kicking you out of the car for an hour might do everyone some good.
I think they would all agree with you.
How do you know?
Yeah. Well, good meditation. Oh, Craig, I wanted to make sure. Craig, I saw a message pop up. I think Craig, if I can, Craig, I think what I saw, I did not see them, but Craig made some really awesome, and it's actually I was thinking about these, and it doesn't even matter because Craig stepped in because he always gets things done this way, and he's such a creative guy. But like Craig is creative in the way of like an engineer. Like Craig, it's like like I feel like I'll get creative like artistic wise, and I'll hop on like Canva or I'll draw something out. But like Craig makes things happen, and he'll make like he'll make like a box that glows and then send them out to people across the world. Or he'll make that amazing Gary B card, by the way, that gold one. Did you guys see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was awesome. My gosh, that was so cool. But Craig made bookmarks for VDADs, and so I didn't take a look at that. I'll let you know because I think if we do make sure that we get those out. I always love to highlight everything you have going on. All right. Well,
I just want to point out how in your nice, kind words about Craig, you truly went into Craig mode and went robot-y. So we didn't all hear all those kind, nice, sweet words you were saying about how handsome and smart and intelligent and amazing he is, but we all know it. So it's okay though.
I'm just taking Blaze's role right now. I'm just Car Ryan. So I don't know if I'm still robot.
You're good.
Maybe not, but I think it's time to go.
It is.
So we're gonna kick this off. We're gonna get our. I love this little intro, outro music. Oh, that's Health Dads. That's not the right one. This is the one we needed. We good? You got it in there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Enjoy
any
your-
final words? We got Faith. Chris,
Enjoy your vacation.
Girls? You want to say bye? Bye. All right, we're good, guys. Love you. We hope you're